Okay, horror fans, let's talk about one of the forgotten early works of Steven Spielberg. It's a supernatural made-for-TV movie from 1972 called Something Evil. This one stars Sandy Dennis and Darren McGavin. Yes, Darren McGavin, aka Kolchak, or the father from Christmas Story for you fans out there. And it's a fascinating glimpse into Spielberg's early raw directing style before he became a Hollywood legend. The story follows a young couple who move from the city into a big old farmhouse in rural Pennsylvania. Because of course that's always goes well in horror stories. Sandy Dennis plays Marjorie, an artist who starts noticing strange, unsettling things, weird noises in the night, jars filled with some kind of red goo in the barn, and a creepy sense that something dark is watching her. And here's what makes Something Evil so interesting. It's not a typical jump scare ghost story. Spielberg builds tension with suggestion, atmosphere, and that feeling that the walls themselves might be alive. You can already see the camera techniques he'd later be using perfectly in Jaws and Close Encounters, those slow pans, the uneasy silences, and the way he makes the ordinary feel haunted. Darren McGavin, who obviously most of us know from A Christmas Story and Kolchak, like I mentioned before, The Night Stalker, is fantastic as the skeptical husband who thinks it's all in her head until things start to get way too real. And Sandy Dennis absolutely anchors the film. Her nervous energy and fragility make her descent into fear completely believable. You're never sure if she's being possessed, gaslit, or just losing her mind. For a TV movie made in the early 70s, Something Evil has a ton of mood, fog, shadows, and that eerie small town isolation that feels too quiet, actually. You can really feel Spielberg experimenting, trying to make something deeply unsettling out of very little. So guys, it wasn't a big blockbuster, it was made for TV, but it's pure atmosphere and suspense with that early Spielberg curiosity, about the unknown. So fun fact, Spielberg made Something Evil right after he made Duel, which I don't think I reviewed yet, but I will in the future. That's a great one. To me, that's actually my favorite Spielberg, believe it or not, even after all these years. I know it sounds crazy to say, but usually the first one's the best one out of the block, at least for me. But yeah, I love Duel. That's that thriller that basically with the truck. If you guys have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If not, I will definitely um, review it in the future. So, guys, if you're into eerie, slow burn supernatural stories and you want to see Spielberg before he was Spielberg, give Something Evil a watch. It's creepy, it's smart, and it's a great piece of horror history hiding in plain sight. This is Ron the Movie Guy over and out for now. We'll see you on the next review. Thank you. Bye bye.